What up, guys? So today's video is going to be another storytime video, and it's going to be Halloween edition. It's going to be about things that scared me as a kid. And to be honest, talking about stuff that scared me as a kid, I could write a whole book about that, because like I just used to be scared of everything as a kid. So let's just get into it. So the first thing, I used to be terrified of sleeping in a room with any doors open, like closet doors, the regular door. Like I just could not be in a room with doors open, because I feel like if something was about to come into my room and kill me, like I don't want it to just be able to like tiptoe into the room. Like I want to hear it like opening up the door and coming in so I could be ready. Like, and I used to sleep with a bat underneath my bed. Like it was like a cheap plastic bat from the dollar store, but like I used to sleep with that under my bed. So it's like if I heard my door open in the middle of the night, I was ready with that bat underneath my bed, and whatever was coming in there was ready to get beat down with my plastic bat.
Oh my gosh.
And number two, I used to be so afraid of being home alone. Now obviously this wasn't when I was like really little, but when I was like in middle school and even high school too a little bit, like I was just always so afraid of being home alone. I just always felt like the one time that I'm left home alone, that's gonna be the time when somebody decided they want to break up in here.
Who's that? Who's in there?
That's gonna be the time that the ghost in my house wants to reveal itself.
Holy shit!
I used to be so scared, and I remember this one time I was home alone and I was just sitting in the living room, and I picked up the phone and I was about to make a call and call somebody, and then I hear voices on the phone. Like this still scares me to the day. Like I hear people talking on the phone, so I'm like, we have 3 phones in this house, so somebody has the other phone and they're in the house, and they're probably like robbers, and they're like talking to each other on the phones in the house. And like I thought I heard them, and I hurried up and hung up the phone real fast, so like they wouldn't know that I was onto them. Even though like if there were robbers in the house, they would have known that I was there, because like I just came in and opened the door or whatever. But I was just convinced that there was like people hiding in the house somewhere. So like I went into the kitchen and I got this big butcher knife, and I just sat in the corner with the butcher knife like this. And I called my mom about work crying like, Mom, there's someone in the house. She'd be like, what girl? What you talking about? Like, you better come home. There's someone in the house trying to kill me. They in the basement with the phone talking to each other. The last part of this video is just gonna be all about movies, cause like movies just really used to affect me when I was little. Like me and my auntie, like all we used to do like when we were together is watch movies, and like she would always be like watching something scary. She'd be like, you want to watch? And like I'm just a kid, so I'm like, yeah, I want to watch. Like, and we used to watch this show called Haunting Hour, and that show really used to freak me out, because this was stuff like people coming on talking about real stuff that happened to them. Like,
I see dead people.
like about people being haunted. And I remember this one lady on there, she said that she was like just driving in a car with her friend, and her friend just got possessed, and then like she just like started like driving like with the wheel, and she was just like staring at her like this the whole time that she was driving, just, and like, oh my gosh. And that show just really used to scare me, because I'm like, if these people got ghosts in their house, then who's to say that I don't have ghosts living in my house that are gonna like come and start like haunting me and doing crazy stuff to me while I'm sleeping stuff. So like that show just really used to terrify me. And then we watched this other movie called The Shining, and that movie, it just about did it for me. Ever since I saw that movie, I've been sleeping with one eye open ever since. That movie was terrifying. Like I just kept, like the scene that stuck with me was the little boy, he went into the bathroom, like he kept hearing like this drip 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 dripping water, and then he like opened up the curtain, and it was this lady, this like green ugly lady sitting in a bathtub, and like I screamed when I saw that, and like oh my gosh, every time I went into the bathroom, the shower curtain was closed, walking right out. Because I don't have time for it. If the shower curtain was closed, then I'm just walking out. Like, I'm just not going to use the bathroom. Like, that movie, like, scarred me for life. I remember when I was really little, I used to live in this apartment that had a playground right outside the front, and I would like be outside playing on the playground. My mom would like be watching me from the window. But I used to be so scared. I don't know why. I used to think like that the CIA was like plotting to get me. Like when I was little, I had like a crazy imagination, and I would just be playing on the playground, and then like I would just like think that I would see like these men in suits that were like trying to snatch me up and just take me and do experiments on me. Like I used to be really afraid of playing on that playground. Another movie that used to scare me as a kid was called Tuck Everlasting, and if you guys seen this movie, you probably think that I'm like insane for being afraid of this, but it was like this movie about this guy. He was immortal, and then he fell in love with this girl. I haven't seen this movie in a long time because I told you this movie scares the crap out of me. And like he was immortal, and then the girl, like he fell in love with the girl, and I think he wanted her to like drink from this fountain or something where she could be immortal. And just the fact that these people could not die used to terrify me. Like, I honestly don't know what it was about it. Maybe it was like something like, if they tried to kill me, like there was nothing I could do, because like I could shoot them, I could punch them, but like it doesn't matter, they can't die. So like that just used to terrify me. Another movie that used to scare me as a kid was called Tuck Everlasting, and if you guys seen this movie, you probably think that I'm like insane for being afraid of this, but it was like this movie about this guy. He was immortal, and then he fell in love with this girl. I haven't seen this movie in a long time because I told you this movie scares the crap out of me. And like he was immortal, and then the girl, like he fell in love with a girl, and I think he wanted her to like drink from this fountain or something where she could be immortal. And just the fact that these people could not die used to terrify me. Like, I honestly don't know what it was about it. Maybe it was like something like, if they tried to kill me, like there was nothing I could do, because like I could shoot them, I could punch them, but like it doesn't matter, they can't die. So like that just used to terrify me. Okay, and the last thing that used to scare me as a child was Amelia Earhart. Amelia Earhart used to terrify me as a child. So one day, me and my aunt watched this documentary about her life. And then at the end of the documentary, they said that like she disappeared, like she went flying off. If you guys don't know Amelia Earhart, she was like, I think she was like a famous female pilot or something like that. And like she just went and took off one day, and then like she was never seen or again, never heard from again. And like no one in the documentary, they said that no one had found her body. Like they don't know where she ended up.